Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V, Series V's. I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Cat hair. So much cat hair. Nobody tells you that when you get a cat. It's just, oh, it's adorable and you'll love them. And I love my cat so much. But I get like 1 day for a shirt to be clean and then cat hair. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. But folks, when I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt is it today? Despite it having cat hair on it, it's boom! It's my Lilac shirt, or Lilac, or I don't know. I genuinely don't know how to pronounce it. It's Lylvc. And like, that seems like it should be Lilac, but I think I heard them pronounce it Lilac when they were on stage. I don't know. But it's a cool shirt, and it's from a really cool band. I was fortunate enough, I got to see these folks perform live a little over a week ago at the time I'm doing this. They were on tour with a band called Killer's Confession, and they blew me away. Loved their set, thought everything they did was super cool. It really kind of harkened back to my younger days of, going out to shows and stuff, like just the energy and just, the performance and everything. It was really cool. So much so, I obviously got some merchandise that's now covered in cat hair. I also went over there and got some videos of their performance. Those are on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, it originally started out as just a review for one thing, but then I saw the opportunity to get in a comparison video, which I always like doing. So I'm going to be reviewing some Boom chili from Wendy's, because over the past maybe 2 or 3 months or so, I've been going out to like different fast food locations and stuff that offer chili, which isn't really a commonplace thing, and I've been trying them out and I've been reviewing them. I've done like Potbelly. I did a place called Strats, which sadly is no longer there anymore. And I also did Culver's. And one of the place that I hadn't gotten to was like the OG fast food chili place. It's Wendy's. So I figured I'd just do that, but since I happen to live really close by a Culver's also, boom, we're doing a comparison video. We're going to go over there and try out Culver's against Wendy's in the battle of the fast food chilies. Let's get a thing for the thing here. Kind of looks like this, and we'll do it like this. We'll go, ha 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 ha. Sure. Now, I do just want to mention right here, I got both of these as a large. Yeah, I mean, Wendy's is, yeah, so right off the bat, seems like you're getting a little bit more from Wendy's, and Wendy's costs a little bit less, but, so I'm going to start out, I'm going to review the Wendy's chili, which I've had their chili plenty of times, but, and then we'll do a comparison. Try it out. And this is no cheese, no onions, whoa, nothing like that, no crackers. We're just doing this straight. I mean, right off the bat, I gotta say, like, the consistency on Wendy's, it's nice. They got some beans in there. It looks like they got some peppers. Let's give it a go. Yeah. It's definitely that very distinct Chili's, or Wendy's chili flavor. It's not bad. Like I said, it's got a fair amount of meat to it. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually use the meat that they use for their burgers, because it does seem to have sort of a similar consistency and a little bit of a similar flavor. Hell, it's probably what gives it its flavor. Beans are nice. They're nicely cooked through. They're not like too solid or too mushy. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, there's a reason why I've had it a bunch of times, because I typically like their chili. Now, I will say this, as somebody who's actually been to a few chili cook-offs, my friend Frank, who occasionally watches my video, love you Frank if you happen to see this one, he makes some of the best chili in the state of Illinois. Ain't no two ways about it. Would this win a chili cook-off? Absolutely fucking not. But I've had worse chilies at said chili cook-offs, if I'm being entirely honest. Every now and again, you get a couple of them where you're just like, I don't know what they were going for. But yeah, it's not bad. The flavor on it's decent. I wouldn't say it's anything exceptional, but I do think the meat, again, I think they probably use the burger meat. It gives it a distinct flavor. And, you're getting a decent amount of meat to it. It doesn't come off as being, too watery. It's maybe a little one-dimensional in its flavor. I would have liked to have seen the peppers play a bigger role. I know some people don't like peppers in their chili. My friend Paul, not a fan of peppers in chili. I like peppers, though. I'd like a little bit more heat, personally. I prefer spicier chili, but no, I mean, it's meaty. It's got decent flavor. Again, a little bit one-dimensional. I would like a little bit more complexity, but, honestly, for a fast food chili, which, again, it's not like you're getting a lot of those anyway, that's not half bad at all. Leaves a nice little tingle in your mouth. Just, a little something, something. Okay. That's not a bad way to start things off. But, let's go to the Culvers, which, again, good amount smaller, but it seems a little heftier, so maybe it's denser in flavor. Let's open it up. It's been a little bit since I reviewed their chili. I don't usually get their chili. I just, have other items that I tend to prefer. And they do fill it pretty much all the way to the brim, so, it's probably not that far off in terms of how much you get. And it seems to have very similar consistency. Ooh. Very different flavor, though. This one, a little bit more vibrant. I feel like it's got a little bit more going on. I also feel, it's definitely got onions, definitely has beans. I don't know if I'm seeing any peppers. So it might not, well, maybe. No, that's just a bean. Yeah, I don't know if it has any peppers, but little less meaty, if I'm being honest. You're still getting a decent amount of meat in it, but it seems like the chunks themselves, the bigger ones, seem to be a little bit more hit or miss. Whereas comparatively with the Wendy's, it seems like I was getting consistently the bigger chunks. And also, I feel like the meat in the Wendy's a little bit more distinct in its flavor. Whereas here, I do feel like it's kind of taken on the general flavor of the chili. Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of feel like the flavor on this one overall, again, it's a little bit more vibrant. It kind of gives you a little bit more oomph than the Wendy's, but I feel like the Wendy's is a little bit more distinct in its flavors. Like I said, it has a very distinct sort of Wendy's flavor. Yeah, it's really interesting. You don't really think about this stuff, until you do the direct comparisons. Yeah, I think Culver's a little bit more oomph to the flavor. I think overall, it just has more flavor. But I do think that the Wendy's, I think the flavors that they use even if it's not as quite as impactful, I feel like there's just a little bit more to it overall. Whereas with the Culvers, I feel like it kind of all becomes one flavor. With this, when you do get some of the peppers, when you do get the meat, like it's a very distinct difference. That's really interesting to me, anyway. But I'm this guy, so there you go. All right, well, between the two, which is my personal favorite? I'll be honest, I could go either way on this one. Like, it's not miles apart. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna call a winner. I'm gonna call a winner. Might be a little bit controversial, but I'm calling a winner. I personally think I prefer the Wendy's just by a hair. And so here's the thing, like I don't think that it's that the Culver's chili is like massively better or worse than the Wendy's. Like I said, like they're actually surprisingly close. And when you consider the fact that like, Culver's is a little bit more, sort of higher end sort of fast food. Wendy's is sort of somewhere in that bracket. They're kind of in between like your Burger Kings and your McDonald's and then like your Culver's and, your Steak and Shakes and stuff. So it's not that surprising. And while I do think that the Culver's has a little bit more just overall flavor, I do think that like, I think if anything, the win kind of comes for me, excuse me, from the fact that I've, you know, I've had Wendy's chili X amount of times in my life. It has that very distinct flavor. And whereas the Culver's chili tastes like a decent enough chili, it's not bad. It's not neither of them are particularly complex. I feel like the Wendy's has more of a standout flavor. It tastes more like Wendy's, whereas Culver's kind of just tastes like, a decent enough chili, especially for a fast food. But both of them are genuinely pretty solid. Like, they both have similar levels of flavor to them. Neither of them are overly complex. Neither of them feel like you're getting gypped, though, as far as, like, the contents and stuff. Like, you're getting a decent amount of stuff in both of them. Yeah, this is one where, again, I really do think it could have flipped either way. And I just slight personal preference is going to come down to Wendy's. Which I honestly, I didn't know who was going to come out, but, like, I kind of figured there'd be, like, a massive difference. But, all right, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get Wendy's chili again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. I like Wendy's chili, clearly. It just beat out Culver's. Maybe I'll have a round robin tournament. I'll try out some of the other ones against Wendy's. Maybe. But no, like I said, I mean, it's not going to fucking win a proper chili cook-off or anything like that. But there's a reason why it's been on their menu forever, and it is fairly iconic. You can even go over there and get cans of the stuff. There's something to it. And even if part of it is like a nostalgia thing, again, just, something because I've had it before, like, overall, even when I did the direct comparison, it wasn't miles away. And so I would say, honestly, in this case, you could do Culver's, you could do Wendy's. They're fairly similar in terms of the overall experience that you're going to get. Wendy's is just really a kind of preference on my end. But I do think that, again, for being a fast food chili, it's surprisingly good. And if I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you want proper chili, get yourself some proper chili. Ideally make it if you can. I can't. I'd burn my fucking house down. But when it comes to your options, as far as fast food goes, if you don't have a Culver's nearby, Wendy's will do you. If you don't have a Wendy's nearby, Culver's will do you. Maybe like I said, maybe I'll sneak in Potbelly. We'll compare and contrast on that. But, yeah, I would still say, it's good, especially for a late night fix chili. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you order yourselves a truly proper chili-tastic rest of your life. Like, whether it's this or, getting the homemade stuff or what have you. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you can do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what other chilies out there that I should go over there and do comparisons and reviews for, I'm just trying to go with the ones that are in my immediate area, but, I'm always open to suggestions and stuff like that, and, maybe I'll do some canned stuff or something. Maybe I'll do a canned versus, freshly prepared from, the Wendy's, thing. I don't know. But anyway, bye.